3 ways to come up with an idea for a disruptive product. We'd all love to have that big idea that makes us rich. Imagine if you were the person who invented Velcro or Post-it notes. With a simple mechanical solution, you could change your life, while also making life easier for millions of people around the world. Not only would your own day-to-day life become much happier and easier, millions of dollars will do that, but you'd get to enjoy the incredible sense of accomplishment that only comes from doing it on your own. But can you force an idea to come? How do you encourage that spark of inspiration? Here are a few experiments you can use to trigger that next big idea. 1. Think about things that frustrate you. In business, this is called a process fix. It involves looking at the routine activities of that organization and then seeing where that routine could be improved upon. The thing is, you can also apply the notion of the process fix to real life. That might mean making it easier to open cans, making toothbrushes last longer, or defrosting the car more efficiently. In other words, ask yourself what you find to be regularly frustrating, and then challenge yourself to come up with a solution in product form. Chances are that if you could benefit from it, so too could other people. 2. Combine 2 useful products. They say there is no such thing as a completely novel idea. That instead, the closest thing is to combine 2 existing ideas into something new. Well, why not embrace that reality by simply combining 2 ideas you like into one new idea? You see tons of inventions that work this way and serve a dual purpose, thereby removing the need to order 2 separate items, and they're often very successful. 3. Go for the next big thing. Many of us dream of products we wish existed, but which we know are impossible to make. Often, a good way to come up with a great idea is to look at those ideas and then try to make them more realistic. How can you take an idea that's impossible and create the next best thing using the realistic resources you have available to you? Often what you'll find is that you can get much closer to fulfilling the original brief than you probably expected. 4 innovative businesses you can learn from. Not every new business idea needs to be truly original. You can actually create a very successful business using only tried and tested formulas, and not even venture out that much into the unknown. In fact, this is sometimes the safer bet when it comes to creating a new business model. The problem is that it takes a truly innovative business idea if you really want to take the world by storm. If you're just happy to make a little money, then sure, something basic and already proven will work fine. But if you're looking to become a billionaire who forever changes the status quo, then you will need to come up with something completely new. Let me share 4 examples of companies that have done that in exciting ways. 1. Facebook. Facebook completely changed the way that we interact with one another, the way we stay in touch with friends, and the way that we make new acquaintances. The idea of a social network is not new, of course, but it was the countless smaller ideas that Zuckerberg and the team implemented that really changed things up and ensured that the site was a massive sensation. 2. Uber. Uber is an example of a company that makes use of the sharing economy. This is a taxi service that is run by its users. Rather than pay obscene amounts for a taxi, why not hire someone local who is happy to give you a lift for much less? It's no exaggeration to say that this is making massive waves in multiple industries. 3. Airbnb. Airbnb is another example of a company that makes use of the sharing economy, this time by letting people share their spare rooms and outbuildings as alternatives to hotel rooms. Once again, this is changing industries, the hotel industry, and even the property market. 4. Nintendo. The House of Mario is a company that is constantly innovating, whether it's with motion controls or new gameplay mechanics. The latest innovation, of course, is the Nintendo Switch, which combines the company's portable and home consoles into a single machine. The appeal is the option to take AAA titles on the go with you, but then be able to play them on the big screen when you get home. It's early days yet, but so far the signs are very positive, and the company has sold more units than any other console at this stage in its life. In other words, you don't have to be a young, hip startup to innovate. 4 ways to make your Kickstarter campaign more successful. These days, coming up with an idea for an invention and then planning on selling it is always going to mean making a trip to Kickstarter. Kickstarter is the preeminent crowdfunding site, which means it's a platform on which you can announce an idea for a product and then see if there is a desire for that product. If so, then viewers can become backers and help fund the project, eventually receiving the resultant product at the end as a thank you. This means you no longer have to find an angel investor and give away shares of your business, and you no longer have to remortgage your house and pin all your hopes on a crazy idea. But going on Kickstarter is not a guarantee of success. In this presentation, we'll take a look at how you can help ensure a positive outcome for your product. 1. Make a great video. The most important aspect of your product page is to make a stunning video. This needs to demonstrate all the best qualities of your product, and it should have high production values, which will help make you appear more professional and capable. Invest in a good camera and editing software, and if you don't have the knack, hire someone who does. 2. Offer exciting incentives. It is normal to incentivize backers by offering rewards for different levels of funding. As you might expect, it's important to ensure that these incentives are exciting enough to actually be worth the money, so make sure that they are, whether that means offering discounted products, bonus packs, or the backer's name somewhere in the credits. 3. Time it well. As with comedy, timing is everything in the world of crowdfunding. Make sure you time the actual launch of the product well, but also think carefully about how long the campaign should run for and when it's going to end. 4. Prep and pickup. A strategy recommended by Tim Ferriss is called prep and pickup. The idea is that you're going to work on all the emails, ads, press releases, and other marketing materials before you launch your product. From there, you will have everything ready to go, and all you need to do is click Send at the appropriate times when the product is live. This prevents the scenario where life gets in the way and you can't promote your product as much as you should. 5 examples of businesses that take full advantage of the sharing economy. The sharing economy describes a move away from money and back to the free trade of services and products. Once upon a time, before money existed, we would bargain with other people for goods and services by offering things that we could do or offer in exchange for things that they could do or offer. Need someone to chop down a tree? Then offer to cut their hair, or give them some of your eggs. Then money came along and was used as a way to represent value. This could be traded for goods and services in lieu of providing goods and services back, thereby making transactions much simpler and easier. But at the same time, money also created many of the problems we see today, and you don't need me to tell you what those are. Fortunately, technology is giving us a way to take matters back into our own hands. Technology is perfect for facilitating transactions that don't need money, and hence we are seeing the free trade of goods and services once again. Businesses take full advantage of this and are among the most innovative and successful on the planet right now. In this presentation, we will consider some examples. 1. Uber. Let's start with one of the most high-profile sharing economy businesses out there. Uber is a company that seeks to remove the need for taxis and public transport by letting anyone offer lifts for a small fee. The result is that the costs are much lower, and rides are always available, and it has taken off to the extent that it is actually threatening the taxi industry. 2. Shpock. Shpock is an app that acts like a yard sale. Got something you don't want? Take a photo and upload it to Shpock to sell it back within your local area. 3. FreeCycle. FreeCycle takes the idea of Shpock one step further by encouraging its users to give away things that they don't need anymore, but would otherwise have to pay to dispose of. 4. Airbnb. Airbnb is Uber for accommodation, allowing anyone to offer up a room, outbuilding, or attic as a place for people to stay. This is not only changing the face of the hotel industry, but even the property market. 5. Couchsurfer. Couchsurfer is to Airbnb what FreeCycle is to Uber, essentially getting people to offer accommodation for free. By letting people crash on your couch, you win goodwill to crash on the couches of other people, and thereby get a free place to stay wherever you are in the world.